Okay, we're in now. Oh, that kicked off straight away, didn't it? Right, we've got a full safety car. Someone's crashed at the end of the Mistral straight. Everyone's now in for intermediate tyres. Reardon has a drive-through behind me. We should be okay for position here, and we should be able to save fuel. Happy days. Well, hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the extended qualifying and race highlight package here with Division 5 in the League of Europe. Round 1 obviously was last week where we secured an 11th place in the first race after being bumped down from P8 with a 3-second time penalty halfway around the final lap, which was slightly frustrating. But we qualified 14th, would have been 8th, so good progress. We're at France tonight. The lobby is slowly filling up. It's taking its time though. It's only about half the grids here at the moment, and there's about 5 or 10 minutes before we actually go to the track, so hopefully we'll have more and more drivers. So we're at the Paul Ricard circuit in Les Castellets in France. A lot of people don't really enjoy the circuit. I kind of do. I've done quite well here. I finished on the podium here with One Hub a few months ago as well. Had a nice little setup and yeah, really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping maybe not for a podium tonight, but certainly well inside the top 10. Short qualifying, 27 laps. There is obviously a risk of rain. We're in the Haas, of course, with 11th in the championship. Don't know where we are in the constructors because my teammate Slump, who I'm not talking to, not because we don't like each other, just I want to do this season on my own. He finished, I think, 2nd or 3rd or something, so we're probably up there in the constructors, but the tables haven't been released yet. All the drivers have been made aware that you know, there was some argy-bargy in the first race. It all kicked off a little bit on Discord afterwards, so all the drivers have been reminded to try and leave others space. Whether that happened tonight or not, I don't know, but hopefully in the next 5 or 10 minutes more and more people join and we can get into qualifying. Okay, then here we are in the garage then at the very beginning of the 18-minute session. Looks like qualifying is going to be dry. As for the race, a little bit concerning. There is a chance of rain. Hopefully it will scroll through so we actually see when that's going to drop.
Is all about weight transfer. When you brake, the centre of mass moves forward. When you accelerate, it moves rearward. And when you turn, it is
half an hour in,
outside of the car. More load on
and then it might get dry again towards the end. So that's going to be interesting.
Weight transfer from becoming too violent.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. Right, we do have a setup. Is it that one, or have I got one down here? I do have one down here. So this will probably be the one that we'll run with. Yep, this feels okay.
It's pretty quiet out on track. We should consider getting out there.
Okay, tyres, softs, that's fine. Don't think a few people are out on track at the moment. So it looks like it's going to be dry in qualifying. It's the race that's quite concerning. Within half an hour of the race starting, it should be raining, maybe a little bit before. And then it's only supposed to be a short shower because this race will probably take about 40-45 minutes. And at that mark, it's supposed to be dry again. So this is going to be quite an interesting race in terms of strategy. We'll have to work out exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, I mean, chances of safety cars around here are quite low because it's such a massive runoff area. So, I don't know, if we're outside the top 10, we might have to qualify or start the race on a set of mediums and carry them to the rain if we can. Tricky one, this. Very, very tricky. Anyway, we'll go out on circuit and we'll get our first lap on the board. Okay, at the final corner, it felt like a pretty decent lap, to be honest with you. Not too sure it's going to put me. Very early days. It's P5, but we do have medium and soft runners around us, so it'll be a while until we really know what we've done. Wasn't too bad with traffic either. Had a couple of slow guys I had to negotiate, but it's not a bad first lap. I'll take that. I'm behind Jamie though, which is we're both very evenly matched on pace, so it'll be interesting to see just how far behind we are. So I'll have a slow tour back to the pits to see where we are in the pecking order. Okay then, so 4.5 minutes left of the session. We're getting ready to rock and roll for our final run. There's quite a few medium runners behind now, probably making the switch onto the softs, or maybe staying on the mediums to try and get inside the top 10. Yeah, I said I'd be close to Jamie, and I'm less than a tenth away from him. Major's just up there as well. He's a driver that I am familiar with. 1.5 seconds away from pole. This is the rest of the field. So we are now going to go and drain out some fuel as much as we can. And yeah, we're going to go out there again. Just hanging on to the top 10 at the moment.
Our fastest lap is a 1:31.3.
Yeah, I know I could be faster, and I need to be more aggressive if I can in sector 1, but that's where I make my mistakes. You can see a 23.2 is what I've done, 22.6, 22.9, 23.0. I mean, Sir Ivo is the first one that's slower than me, and he's down in 15th. But our sector 2 and sector 3 times are pretty decent, to be honest with you. We're right up there, so we've just got to tidy up sector 1 a little bit. So, we will now make our exit from the pit lane for our second run. We've got a nice clear track at the moment around us, which is good. And probably about 2 minutes once we cross the line to start our final lap, we shouldn't really come across any slow traffic because there won't be enough time for the guys to get round. So I'll be expecting a hive of activity in the next 20 or 30 seconds from the cars behind, but we've got some good track space at the moment. Still currently sitting in P9. We find a 10th, we go up to 7th.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
You can see now on the mini-map there on the left-hand side, there's quite a few cars now starting to emerge from the pits. Might let this AlphaTauri go if he wants to go. Indeed, he wants to be at the front of the pack. Fine by me. He could have held behind. Got a good amount of gap behind, so he can give his AlphaTauri plenty of space. So he can turn everything up now. Start the final tyre warming phase, if you like. Okay, here we go. Can we find a little bit more time?
Seconds left in the session.
It might improve. We do a P7 for now, so I'm happy with that. I thought I'd be quite strong around here, indeed I am. We've managed to jump ahead of Jamie. Now the important thing is, where is everyone else? Well, Swip's given up. Where's Jamie? He's given up on his final run. We need to really bring up the information here if we can. Just coming into the final couple of corners now. I think Reardon and Jav are the only two realistically that can knock me down a position or two. I think Reardon is going to do it. Indeed he does. He goes up into 5th. Where's Jav in all this? He's backed out. Jess crosses the line. She only makes minimal improvements, so it is going to be a P8 then. Jav has bailed out. Everyone else has either gone into the pits or finished. We're just waiting for Axel in 3rd to cross the line. Is he going to be able to steal pole position? It's going to be very, very close, actually. Is he going to take pole? He does by 1600ths of a second. Well, well done to him. He's on pole. We then line up in P8. Not bad. So there we go then, the final classification. We are in P8. The top 9 will be starting on the softs. Energetics down in 10th will be starting on the mediums, and it's a free choice for everyone else behind, including my teammate down in 11th. 1.2, if you like, away from the fast guys. Yeah, not too pretty happy with that, I should say. Managed to beat Jamie in the end. Yeah, we lost a couple of attempts in the final couple of corners. It would have made no difference. So we're sort of the fastest of the midfield runners, and starting from P8. With that rain expected soon. So we are then on the grid, starting in P8.
Okay, go through all the gears.
As for strategy, obviously we can't change the tyres, so we're starting on the softs. We can't change that because we qualified inside the top 10. As for fuel, it's a 27 lap race. I've fueled the car 2 laps under. It's a bit of a risk if we don't get a safety car, but with it being such a long pit lane here, I'm expecting to be in the pits at least twice. Possibly once before the rain shower, depending on how, well, and definitely before the rain shower. These softs will not last however long it's going to be until the rain does come in, and then obviously when the rain does come in we're probably going to have to pit again, so it looks like we're going to be doing at least 2 stops here as long as there's no trouble, and you can say probably half a lap in the pits in terms of your fuel that way. Other parts, well, if it does rain obviously you'll be a lot slower, so you'll be burning less fuel, and I'm also gambling on a cheeky virtual safety car or a safety car, so under fuel by 2 laps is a bit of a risk. Because if it does stay green flags, then we'll have to really think about our fuel consumption after the halfway point of the race. But for now, anyway, it's just work the tyres as best as we can. They don't need too much hard work because they are the soft tyres, and they'll probably already be up to temp if we look at this screen. Yeah, they're pretty much there. But if you look at the tyre wear, you can see there front left 16% already. That is a concern, but it's the same for everyone inside the top 9. Energetics is starting on a used set of mediums, having made top 10 with those tyres. So it's all about trying to not lose many positions if we can. Have it clean for the first few laps and see what the tyres are going to do after that. It's probably going to be soft mediums, and then we wait for the rain. But I scored a podium here in one hub not too long ago, so let's hope we can do the same again. So taking up our grid spot, we've got my old mate Jamie just to the left of me behind.
Forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
The grid behaved itself and got round in a nice timely fashion, and here we go, round 2 with League of Europe. Lights coming on now. Hammer that throttle. Massive jump start there for the Aston Martin. Oh, there's a huge crash ahead. We're going to have to take avoiding action if we can. We can. And we've absolutely cheesed it, Moses it, if you like. All the way up into P3. Big crash there at turn 1. Probably a bit of damage there for the guys at the front as well. We've got an Aston Martin ahead of us that absolutely cheesed the start. He's got a drive through. So we're net P2 here. Energetics as well will be very happy with that. He started 10th. He's up to 4th. Crazy, crazy start. My teammate, he started outside the top 10. He's up into 5th. So good opening stint then for the 2 Haas cars. First couple of laps, just let the car settle in, work out exactly what the tyres are doing. High fuel here, of course. The Aston Martin now dives into the pits to serve his drive through. That was crazy. I don't know where he started from, but he absolutely tore past us. And we are now up to P2 on track. Reardon's in the pits as well. He obviously picked up some damage, as is, well, it was Jav then that jumped the start. His name's just popped up. So a P2 then, with Ben a few seconds ahead. So coming across the line end to go into lap 3. Ben Scott is tearing away on them soft tyres.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
Energetics is going to be loving this up into P3 on them used mediums. A few people have been in the pits or have dropped towards the back due to damage. Going deep there into turn 3 is not ideal. Your soft tyres already crying a little bit. The medium runners behind are going to be looking to try and close up on me. The other plan as well is to just accept the fact that the medium tyres are already going to be strong.
Start using some tyre grip around now.
And I'm being very cautious as well of the fact that it's very easy here to pick up exceeding track limit warnings around France. I've seen people with over 20 seconds before. So try and keep it clean. So into lap 5, really struggling with the tyres now, not being able to do much fuel saving. I've got a Ferrari. Had to cut off what I was saying there. Energetics has a 3-second penalty. Joe just managed to do the pair of us there. But these soft tyres are pretty knackered at this point. Rain as well is 10 to 15 minutes away. I was just told a couple of minutes ago. So we're going to be boxing at the end of this lap, going for a set of mediums. Whew! That was a decent first stint. Ben has pitted as well off the softs, so the medium runners are now going to probably take over this and probably push their tyres as much as they can to the rain shower, which is expected within the next 10 to 15 minutes, but that can obviously change. So we're out, lap 6 of 27 in 13th place, but we have already made our first stop. And just to let you know, we have no track limit warnings yet, so that's looking good. Easily past Jess, running the hard tyres. Other drivers in the pits as well, so we're up to P9. The only concern I have is that we're not saving fuel. That is a concern. Good battling of these guys. It's aggressive but fair. Not too bothered by losing a couple of positions. There's a few quick guys around me that were ahead of me on the grid, and they got caught up in all the bullshit at turn 1, turn 2, and so they're now carving their way back through. All we're doing is focusing on our own race. Still not one warning, which is nice. Now on lap 10, the fuel is still a concern. We're just focusing on our own race. You can see now there's a couple of people around me with time penalties, and it's still early in this race. No sign of rain yet, so we're just doing our thing. Go. Guess you're wondering what was going on there. I had to be quite aggressive with that Williams down into turn 1 because he'd just been off the track and then I missed a gear. It's not the smartest thing in the world, but up to P7. I'm trying my best with the fuel. We're really in trouble. We kind of need a safety car at this point. I left you the space, dude. That was not my fault. I left him so much space. Okay, coming into lap 14, half race distance. I'm now trying to save a little bit of fuel if I can. We're nearly into minus 1.7, which really isn't great anyway, especially at half distance when we started with -2. I'm trying to do a few things here and there. We've got a gap, 4 seconds in front, 4 seconds behind, 3-second penalties all around us, so we'll just focus for the next few laps on trying to save a little bit of fuel if we can, whilst also remaining with decent lap times, and just see if there's anything I can do, anything I can find, because we're in trouble here of not finishing the race. Okay, coming across the line, it's our lap 16, the fuel saving isn't working. I've tried my best, and we've saved like 0.05. It's telling me to box for intermediates now, which is not right. It hasn't started raining yet, although you can see it's very close. I've just selected the intermediate tyres. But we're keeping pace with the cars behind at least. So we're safe at the moment in 7th. Obviously, we've got no penalties yet, no warnings yet as well, actually. It's just the fuel. It's literally just the fuel. I always push it. There's always a safety car or a virtual safety car. But we're in trouble here because it's been green flag throughout. Okay, coming out the final corner then to start lap 17. The rain has arrived. Jav is already in. I'll be amazed if he's gone on to intermediates. That's crazy. That is crazy. I think it's too early for inters. Personally. Although the conditions aren't great, I must admit. The hard tyres will come into their own here because they can operate at a lower temperature. So I won't be surprised if Harry suddenly catches me. All of a sudden my car's gone to shit here.
Strategy option.
I think it's Inters. Oh yeah. Oh, Axel's out of the race somewhere, he's crashed. And we have something. What is it?
Okay, slow down,
it's a VSC.
Down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast.
Okay, so it will save a bit of fuel. Oh, full safety car. Full safety car. Okay, that's good. That's good. We can pit now for intermediates. Okay, we're in now. Oh, it kicked off straight away, didn't it? Right, we've got a full safety car. Someone's crashed at the end of the Mistral straight. Everyone's now in for intermediate tyres. Reardon has a drive-through behind me. We should be okay for position here, and we should be able to save fuel. Happy days.
You want to finish the race on this compound?
Well, fair play to Jav. He pitted a lap ago, although he was ahead of us anyway, so that's fine. So we're out in P7. We can now save some fuel. There's a full safety car. So we should be good on fuel now. These inters will take us to the end if it is going to stay in these conditions. And we're looking okay here. No. Damn it. Literally just about to say no warnings as of yet. And that was my first. Okay, we've now caught the back of the safety car queue. This will be our opportunity now to save some fuel. We're down to 1.33. Someone else has crashed out as well. I'm not too sure because we're down to 15. Reardon behind us on the soft tyres well, he's still out there on the soft tyres. And he's still going round as well. I'm not too sure what his game is because he's now 20 seconds away from catching a safety car. And of course the cars behind can't pass, so I'm not too sure what Reardon is doing as Harry almost crimsons to the back of me. He also has a drive through, so I don't know whether, because we are expecting it to go dry again before the end of this race, although with this safety car that might now extend that period. Will actually reduce it, won't it, because it will make the race longer indeed. So maybe he's just going screw it, I'll just hang out on these soft, but again he's on the soft tyres, so they'll be absolutely destroyed, and he's got a drive through, so I'm not too sure what Reardon is playing out here, but yeah, we'll continue to save some fuel.
Remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Here we go then, all the information we need. So safety car is in at the end of this lap. We're down to minus 0.38 of fuel. That will probably be close to zero by the time we cross the line. We are expected to go back to dry conditions shortly, although it is still raining, so it'd be absolutely mad now to pit for dry tyres. And this is going to be a 7-lap shootout then. So similar to Imola. This is going to get a little bit crazy. And here we go.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
Just try and take it easy for the first lap. Work out how the car is handling. Yeah, there's no way I'm coming off his inters right now, not when it's actually still raining. Although it might have stopped. So maybe someone else out there is going to be a bit brave. Oh, there's an Alpine round. That's a position gain, P6. See, the thing is, the pit lane is so long here, and if you make the right call at the right time, you will gain loads. But if you miss it by a lap or two, you'll lose 10 seconds on track. So it's a real risk to pit for dries. I have pre-selected the softs.
Back by about 0.3 a lap.
Oh, back end. Oh, that was a big E, and we've lost the position to Harry because of it.
Stay on form.
First real mistake I've made.
Fuel remaining.
4 laps to go, we're almost back onto fuel target. It's still very close at the front here. Everyone is sort of not really making many mistakes. It's all about, I've got some quick guys behind me, including my teammate. It's all about just trying to keep it together if we can. Keep it on the black stuff, don't make any more mistakes. Don't pick up any penalties. Because all the guys around me, as you can see, have none as well. They could be, of course, one warning away from a 3-second penalty. Got Marcy up the inside now. You know what, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. My teammate has as well behind. Okay, this is risky. A few people have stayed out. Most are pitting. Really hope I selected the soft tyres I have. This is a gamble. I just saw, I had one eye on what was going on around me.
Go. Exit.
Sorry, teammate.
Racing on the exit. Go, go, go.
Okay, we're coming out in P11. Oh, it's definitely dries. The guys that have stayed out are in trouble. Oh, the Alpine spam. Thank you, Harry. That's a position gained. Up to 10th. Got other drivers. I've got Rike here in front of me on the Inters, who is, I assume, attempting to go for it.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Other drivers in the pits, up to 9th now. What is this Williams going to do? He's going to let me go because he knows he's on the wrong tyres at this point. P8. Right, any more positions to be had, do you think? Must be, surely. Yeah, I've got, right, Swips ahead of me then on the intermediates. We'll definitely catch him past him. Slamp is catching behind. Purple in sector 3, which is always nice. So we could be getting a P7 out of this. Maybe more if someone up ahead has a stonking amount of penalties. Very close on fuel, but we will make it. Oh, Marcy's ahead of us as well on the intermediate, so it could be 2 positions to be had here. We could be up to P6. Oh, that's a warning. Don't need another one of them.
Green flag.
Really, dude? Really? You're going to boost past me?
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
On intermediate tyres, what is the point? Okay, well, here's Marcy ahead of us then. We can easily catch and pass him. We've got to protect ourselves from slump behind. Could be onto a P6 here. Maybe more if someone up ahead has a stonkingly amount of penalties, which is possible, Van France. Right up the inside of Marcy there. Yes, Joseph has 6 seconds and he's on the intermediates. So it'll be another position gained there towards the end. We're moving up the order here. It's going to be a P5. At least. Don't do that, you dick. Is it going to be any better than a P5? It's not. It's P5 though. Teammate P6. Oh, that was good fun. Oh, that was an entertaining last couple of laps. Fair play to the guys for staying out on intermediate tyres. I don't think it's worked for them. Switched down in 10th. I think one of the McLarens as well needed to pit again. I'm not too sure. And Joseph obviously I think was at the front and it just died out. Too much for him. We'll have a look at the tyres or position changes. We made up 3. So that was good. And you can see there the tyres. So Joseph, Marcy, Swip and Rike as well. It just didn't work out for them. But a P5. Really, really solid result. And if you look there at the penalties, which isn't showing us for whatever reason. Doesn't matter too much. But the position changes at least up 3 positions. You can see some people had some real shitters there. But yeah, still though, I'll take a P5. I'm really happy with that. Really, really happy. So there we go then, the final classification. Energetics from 10th on the grid wins the race with the fastest lap as well by half a second ahead of ERS Major. Ghost Recon in 3rd, Jav up into 4th place. We finished 5th then, just 3.5 seconds away from the race win with no penalty. Same for Slump as well, good recovery from him from 11th, 5th and 6th for Haas. Joseph in 7th, Marcy in 10th, Harry 9th, Swip in 10th, and it's Ben, Jamie, Jess, Rike, Reardon, and I think we lost Ibo and Excel at some point as well. No one had any mental penalties, that's for sure. Jess again had nothing. Yeah, but like I said, had to keep it clean as much as we can, just focus on own race. It's exactly what we've done. 8th to 5th, I'll take that. Some much needed decent points at a track I do like. So here we are then, back in the lobby after the race and the classification is done. I'm now going to go away and have a look to see what's being said on Discord, just to see if that driver, whoever it was, said, oh, you spun me or something. Like, I'm not, dude, I've got footage, I can easily send it in. I left enough space. I definitely left enough space. He might have understeered into me or just got the corner wrong, or clipped the inside curb and spun. We did make contact because I heard the contact noise, but I don't think I did anything wrong there. And to finish just a few seconds away from the lead as well, with no penalties around a tricky place like France, I think I had 2 warnings, and one of them was running wide whilst talking behind the safety car, which is a bit embarrassing because I did that at Imola. Maybe I should probably not do that so much anymore. But 8th on the grid, 5th in the race. France is becoming a favourite of mine. Done well here in the past, and it would be nice to get on the podium. And then last couple of laps, especially the last lap, was really, really fun once we managed to haul in those intermediate runners who risked it. And why not go for a risk? I probably, if I'd have stayed out, I don't know. I wouldn't have finished 5th. I know that much. I definitely would not have finished 5th. So I think it was the right call, a very late call, but the right call to chuck on the soft tyres with just a few laps to go. But there we go. The second race of the season of League of Europe is done here at France. P8 on the grid, P5 in the race with no penalties, nice and clean. Couple of little incidents, nothing to do with me though, I'm sure. And yeah, I'll now go away, edit all this, and hopefully it will be up in the very near future. So again, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content, a like and subscribe would be very much appreciated, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.